What is up, everybody? It's Vortex Steve. We're back with another video today, and today we're going to be working on the Mustang. So as you may remember, we were struggling with some coolant leaks. We have a crack in the cylinder head somewhere right here above the studs and everything for the ARP bolts. With 6 and 7, we're going to have to pull these heads off. So today we're going to do the teardown. We're going to go ahead and pull the intake, all that stuff off. I'm going to pull the distributor and everything off as one piece. I'll leave all the wires attached to it. Pull it out. We're going to have to take those shorty headers off. Luckily they're not connected to anything below, so it'll be a little easier to take off. But we're going to get this disassembled. And we're going to pull those cylinder heads, see if they can be repaired or if we just need to replace them. There's a good chance that we're probably just going to have to replace them. But we will hopefully be able to come to that conclusion today on the video. So obviously nobody ever wants to take apart a vehicle that they just put together. But that's what we're going to have to do. We think a lot of this might have something to do with our timing that our MSD box is putting into it. It looks like it was stuck at 50 degrees of timing, which obviously is not good. And we made the mistake of driving it anyways. So we're hoping that is not what hurt these heads. But part of what got us with those, or with that tuning on the MSD box, is it's not the most user-friendly setup in the world. So it was a struggle to actually try to get it to do anything timing-wise. But we will hopefully be able to figure that out. It uses a Bluetooth app to be able to get to it. So once we figure out how to get that operational, then we'll drive it again. But for now, we're going to take this thing apart. Got our gauges here for the digital dash. All that stuff runs through here. Take that, we'll take the linkage off here. Swing all that stuff to the side. Pull that to the side. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave the intake, or the carburetor on the intake. So less pieces we have floating around the garage while this is apart. We'll just have to disconnect the choke as well as the fuel line. It's off of there. All right, we're gonna get the rest of those spark plug wires off. We're gonna get the wire off the coil. We'll get that distributor out of there. All right, so we don't make a big mess. I'm gonna drain the coolant. What's left of it, we're probably don't have that much left in it. All right, we'll let that drain for a little while, and while that's draining, I think we'll start tackling the driver's side exhaust manifold. So I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but let's give it a shot. This is the spark plug, if it'll focus. Come on, focus. There we go. You can see how most of that tip is actually gone. We're pretty sure that's because of our timing. It chewed away at the center electrode quite a bit. So we're going to get that figured out once this goes back together. Obviously this will be getting a new fresh set of spark plugs. This one was out of either 6 or 7, and this was nice and clean, probably because of the coolant leak that we had going on in there. We did inspect the top of the piston. The camera that we had did not look backwards, so we couldn't see the valves or anything, but we'll see that today when we take these cylinder heads off. But let's get the exhaust off. Well, at least I could get a ratchet on one of them. And almost like clockwork, it looks like our coolant is drained. All right, the exhaust manifold's off. We're gonna go ahead and take the water neck off up there. We're gonna take that off altogether since I know that hose is a really tight fit on there. And then we'll just replace that gasket when it goes back together. All right, now we can take the bolts out of the intake and probably get a pry bar after that and pry that off of there. And then we'll be moving on to that cylinder head. All right, those are off. All right, well, I wish I would have kept recording. I just put a little more weight behind it. I did pop that up. Went off of where the water neck is over here. Went from here, used the pry bar on this, and just went and lifted. So it is free now. I still have some silicone on the back that probably needs to be released. But let's see if we can't lift it out of here. Oh yeah. That silicone is still stuck. All right, we're out. All right, so everything looks pretty clean in here. No major surprises. I'm going to want to look at that number 8. I think that's the exhaust valve. Because we did have some issues with that one being way off flash-wise once we got done with our first drive. I'm hoping that that cam lobe is okay. Can't really see it. Once we get the valve cover off, we'll check it out, see what we got. All right, I'm going to start with the driver's side valve cover. We'll get that off. We'll go ahead and take the passenger side one off as well. There's valve cover number 2. All right, it's time that we go ahead and take those rockers out, take the push rods out. I'm going to start on just the passenger side. Boom, just like that. Valves are out, or rocker arms and push rods are out. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Glad I have these trays under there. All right. Oh, there's our crack. Let me get this tripod off of here real quick so you guys can see this. Right there. You can see our crack on our cylinder head. Little line that goes from the valve right out to the edge. I don't see it in the machine surface. And this cylinder we were having problems with too. I don't see anything obvious in that one. Oh, maybe I see it right there. That might be it right there. A little bit of a trace through there too. You can see how these two are a little bit cleaner than the others. Not by much, but just a little bit. All right, so we saw what we needed to see for the cylinder head. The other thing we wanted to take a look at while this is here is we wanted to take a look at the camshaft lobe on cylinder number 8, the one that we had issues with being crazy out of lash when we got done with our first test drive. We're going to take a look at that real quick. We're not going to take the other cylinder head off right now, but that will be getting at least a head gasket. Hopefully we end up just replacing both head gaskets, or both cylinder heads. Since we've already had an issue with this one, what's to say we don't have an issue with that one? All right, let's see if we can get this one out of here. There we go. I'm already not liking the look of the edge of that. Focus. Oh. Yeah, this lifter's done. This lifter's done. I wonder about that cam. Can't see it. But this one, when we got done with our test drive, it was way out of spec, and I think we found out why. Everything else, all the other ones really seemed pretty close to spec. Really didn't see them being that far off. But this one is cooked. So let's check its buddy next door. Yeah, see, that's what they should look like. So we wiped out a lobe on our cam and probably a lifter. Let's put these side by side. That one's cooked. They all went through the same break-in procedure. They all had the same everything. Everything was the same. So, not sure why that one decided to leave the chat. Oh, wow. Well, you can see just how much it got beat up. It's that much shorter than the rest. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking we lean towards the rebuild the engine and get roller block so we can actually do rollers. Flat tap, it doesn't seem to be the answer. All right, with those two lifters out, I already compared it. This was the intake valve. This was the intake lifter. That thing's cooked. You can see how much shorter it is than the exhaust one. I mean, they should be identical lengths. The cam is torn up a little bit, so I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be our deciding factor to go to a roller block. Everything went through the same break-in process. Everything, went through the same heat cycles. I don't know if this was a bad lifter itself. Maybe for some weird reason the compound in that metal was wrong, or the alloy, whatever. And it just ended up getting chewed up. I don't know if it got stuck or something. This engine was freshly machined and everything and cleaned up before we got it. Granted, it was a while ago. But everything went together. Everything got the pre-assembly lubricant. So not knocking comp or anything for their parts. I mean, we've had nothing but success with their parts so far. But it looks like something just went wrong. Sometimes break-ins can be hit and miss. So I think we're going to probably end up pushing towards doing a roller 351. I know I want to kind of do a 408 stroker kit out of one of those. So just a matter of finding some heads and everything that'll work on it. And then we need to figure out if we want to do a power adder with it. But for right now, this engine is done for now. Until we make some decisions. All right, well, everybody, I'm going to finish off the video there. Aaron and I have some things that we'll need to figure out, planning and all that, for most likely throwing a roller block in this. If anybody has a roller block that, hasn't been touched really, let us know. We kind of want to go through the machining process and everything ourselves, taking it through a machine shop. I think our big plan is probably to do a 408 stroker and then deciding whether we want to do some kind of power adder like nitrous or a turbo. But that's going to be a little bit down the road. That's probably going to be a springtime, summertime job. For now, I'm probably going to end up focusing on getting the rest of the Ranger finished up and making that a daily for now until I put the Coyote in it. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely loving the growth of the channel. We're over 570 subscribers now, which is awesome. And let's see if we can't grow it and get it to over 1,000. Share it with your friends and see what we can do. So for now, thanks for watching. And hit the bell icon there so you do get notified when we do post other videos. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.